About 70% of third graders in our area are not reading at grade level. That increases the probability of dropping out of school and trouble securing jobs with a livable wage. KHOU, along with our community partners, want to turn the page on illiteracy, starting with making sure kids have books at home to read. The regional president for Frost Bank, Richard Mann, and VP Erica Jones shared why they decided to join this campaign. When it comes to financial literacy, I think a lot of us have realized that we're not so well versed on it, but there's different types of financial literacy. We'll get to the numbers part in a second, but also understanding who your bank is. Not all banks are the same, but give us a little bit of the history on Frost.
Frost is 158 years old this year. We're founded in San Antonio, Texas. We're only in the borders of Texas, but we follow our clients outside of Texas with whatever their needs are. We're in all the major metropolitan areas of the state, including Houston, and Houston today is actually our largest loan market for Frost. And we're more than just a bank, also one of the largest insurance agencies in the state of Texas.
Wow.
We also have wealth services that include trust and brokerage and managing money, so we can handle all of your financial needs.
Yeah, and when you handle it in a different way than a lot of banks do. You know, for a lot of people, money is very personal, obviously, right? Our insecurities will show up with how much money we do and don't have. So it's important that we can talk to somebody. You always get a human when you call Frost with your needs. I'm just going to share this story. I lost a credit card on a Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. And I just thought, let me just pick up the phone. First of all, ring, hello, how can we help you? I was like, is this a human being or is this one of those, right? And it was a human being, and she's like, no problem, in 10 minutes, we resolved the issue, and she said, you can go to this branch or this branch, I know it's close to your house, and your credit card will be waiting for you.
Yeah, no call trees. Of course, you can call your local banker. You'll have an assigned banker, whether you're an individual that banks with us or a business that banks with us. But if you need customer service at 2 in the morning, you can pick up the phone. And there's no call tree. You'll get an actual human being that resides in Texas that answers the phone, and they're going to ask you how they can make your day better.
And for a lot of people too, they have been with the bank and the name has changed. There's lots of big, as we know, mergers and all that type of thing that happen. That's not the case of how you do your growth at Frost. And being rooted in Texas, you understand Texas, and you also have some more local, more autonomy on the local decision making.
Yeah, so a little more history about Frost. If you go back to the 80s, we had over 500 bank and S&L failures at that time in Texas. Of the 10 largest banks in Texas at that time, Frost was the only one of the top 10 that survived.
Wow.
If you fast forward to the Great Recession in 08-09, we were the first bank to come out in the country to turn down the TARP funds. And if you fast forward a little bit more to the COVID time when PPP was available for businesses to survive, Frost during round one was in the top 5 banks in the nation in terms of the number of loans we issued, and our average loan amount was $150,000. So we were really helping those businesses that needed it the most.
Yeah, so you help us with investments and things like that as well, just handling our money, but you also invest in yourselves in terms of the quality of people you have working there. It was the first job out of college?
It is. So this is the only job I've had post-college. I was born in Houston, raised in the suburbs, graduated University of Houston, Clear Lake, and the day I graduated, I got a call from Frost to offer me the job. I told him I needed to think about it. I had no other offers on the table. My dad quickly persuaded me to call them right back, which I did, and I accepted the offer, and I started off at the bottom level on the business side. I was a credit analyst, and I worked with the commercial bankers to help them underwrite their packages, and I loved it. I liked the numbers, I was good at math, I liked accounting, but I also liked to be around people, so banking was a great career path for me.
And then fast forward, you're celebrating almost 1 year as Houston president, so congratulations there,
Thank
27 years at Frost Bank. All right, Erica, you previously spent 10 years at the Federal Reserve Bank, which is that mystery bank that a lot of us go, we know there's this Federal Reserve thing out there, but learned a lot there that you bring here as well.
Absolutely, so I did 10 years there, and it's the big building right off Allen Parkway. Excuse me. So did a lot of community development and economic education and some public affairs there. So it was a great time, but I spent a lot of time working with Houston Money Week, which was a financial literacy initiative campaign. And we brought Ben Franklin's wherever we went and spent a lot of time educating people.
Yeah, I love that you brought your green today too. Yes. All right, but yeah, and so when we say financial literacy, it is interesting that something that we depend on just about every hour of the day for our livelihood and everything else, that a lot of us just misunderstand. What do you think some of the biggest misconceptions are?
So some of it is really just not having the knowledge, right? You just don't know what you don't know. And so we make a really big push to provide free financial tools and resources that everyday people can use to make better financial decisions. It's just really giving people an opportunity to gain that education that they might have missed long ago.
Yeah, or never got.
Or
right?
never
A lot of us just never got it. And I'll give you one of them. I remember graduating from school and getting a credit card saying, "Congratulations, you are a graduate, and we're so proud of you. We're going to reward you with this thing called a credit card." And I got $5,000 in credit on that credit card at 28% interest. How many of us really think about what that means and what compounded and all that stuff means? So you teach things like that too, how not to get into trouble.
Absolutely. And so we make sure that people understand, how the interest works and how credit cards work. We have curriculum that covers everything from buying a car to buying a house, or even first-time investing. We want to be sure that they have a wealth of knowledge about any type of financial topic.
Even budgeting. And some people say, how do I budget when I'm 30 cents away from having a quarter? There are ways to do it.
Yes, absolutely. There's multiple ways to do it, and so we try to cover all of those options. We want to meet people where they are.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of meeting people where they are, we remember in 2008, which you touched on, when the economy kind of crashed across the nation, the legislature in Texas said, you know what? People don't know about financial literacy, so let's make sure we get it in schools. And it was offered as an elective. Every district was mandated to offer it as an elective, but things have changed for the next school year.
Absolutely. So it's going to be mandatory as part of the curriculum for high school students to get financial education, but Frost has been doing it all along. So we actually have a program called the Frost Financial Youth Academy that we offer to 2 schools. We pick one on the north side and one on the south. And it is a complete school year program where the bankers come in and teach those different financial topics to the students. Yeah. We give away gift cards. You got to keep them interested. But we also offer a $1,000 scholarship at the end for one lucky student. So we've been doing that for several years.
Yeah, and something else you've been doing for several years is just being involved in the community. You are part of our Turn the Page campaign, helping people with the written word in terms of literacy and understanding. So you're supporting books between kids, encouraging reading at home, because you also feel that part's important, obviously, to raising somebody who can actually control their finances, understand their finances. It all goes together.
We love literacy. We're a very big proponent of education partners, and we have several of those that we work with, like Lemonade Day and Junior Achievement. But Books Between Kids is one of our partners as well. So we're excited to be able to support them on this level. Yeah,
Frost Bank has 63 drop-off locations. Look for that. So look for that. And I'm going to round out with, what was the very first book that you ever connected to?
I'm the oldest of 3 boys. And I have 3 boys myself, and so we're a big hunting family. So my dad would read us these stories about true African game and hunters that went after them, and that was what
you had some serious books.
It was pretty serious.
All right, okay.
Mine was The Pokey Little Puppy.
The Pokey Little Puppy. Oh, okay.
Yep. It was a favorite.
Well, there you go. Thank you so much for sharing information with us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for being part of the literacy campaign.
Thank you.
So if we can help kids with literacy and financial literacy, they'll be on solid ground. For more information about Frost, or if you're thinking about a new place to do your banking, visit frostbank.com or follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Frostbank. Remember, Frost has 24/7 customer service with real people to help you, not bots. As their logo says, exactly what you unexpected. As a partner with KHOU 11's Turn the Page campaign, you can drop off a new or gently used children's book at any of the 15 Houston Frost Bank locations through April 17th. You can also make a monetary donation by pointing your phone camera at the QR code right there on your screen. For a map of other donation sites near you, visit khou.com/books. Thank you for helping us turn the page on illiteracy.